Good evening all. In this video, we'll talk about a new SAP IBP requirement. Okay, let's say sometimes, right, business users from different regions, right? Let's say you have multiple regions like America region, Europe region, or let's say you have some more regions, right? So the users from a specific region may want to have different key figure names. When I say key figure, let's say take an example of a consensus demand, right, which is a standard key figure, which is actually input for supply planning. But let's say a specific region team wants to have a different key figure name for it. Instead of a standard key figure, consensus demand, they want to have a different name, let's say forecast, right? Let's say they want to have a name called a demand, right? Instead of a consensus demand, they want to have it. Of course, you know that we can change the name and description of any key figure in the IBP planning area, but without doing that, right? Sometimes let's say we have multiple reasons within the same planning area. One reason wants to have a same key figure names that we have in standard planning area. But in case if any other reason wants to have a different key figure name, now if you change the key figure name within the planning area, it will be applicable for all the reasons within that planning area, right? So that you cannot have a different name for different reasons, right? In case if you get that requirement that a different regions wants to have a different key figure name for a particular key figure, then you have to follow this process. Let's start with that. Now I'll open the IBP Excel add-in. So you see here, I open the Excel add-in. Let's say I have this a planning view created. You see, this is the transport supply key figure, and this is the transport receipts key figure at a MOT ID level. Now let's say a specific region wants to have this name as a different name, or this key figure as a different name. Now it's a specific to a particular region. So what you do actually usually create a planning view template for that region, and the team from that region would be using that same template, right? So usually, as I said, if you change any key figure name in the IBP planning area, it will be applicable for all the regions within the same planning area. But without doing that, you can also make a change to the key figure names are specific to a particular template. Let's see that. Okay, to do that, you go to about here, then settings, then select the options. Okay, now it will open a new pop-up. Go to our member names in the pop-up, right? You see a fourth tab. Then in the fourth tab, you select key figures here. Okay, you see here, this is the key figures. Now you search for that name. Let's say I'll search for transport receipts. Okay, you see here, this is a transport receipt. Just select it, and in the bottom, you see new name for the member. Let's say I would say that transports coming to receiving location. Okay, then you see here, click on override. Right, you see here, transport receipts and its corresponding new name. So this name you can get it from a business. Right now, again, you change the key figure here, then transport supply. Right, you see, select this, then give a name like transport transports going out of, I would say, source location, right? Then click on override, and this way you can do for multiple key figures within your planning view template. Let's say you have multiple key figures in the template, and you need to have a different names for each and every key figure, or let's say for 5 to 6 key figures, then you do the same for all the 5 key figures, right? Click on OK here. Now immediately what happens, the key figure names would get changed. You see here, right? And then what you have to do, you have to save it as a template or save it as a favorite. Okay, this is how you have to make a change to the key figure names when a particular region wants to have a different names instead of a standard key figure without disturbing the planning area configuration. Okay, hope you get it. I'll come up with a new functionality which would be minute, but everyone should know it. Thank you very much.